It's time to create a profitable, scalable, and sustainable studio for yourself and your students. Welcome to Dance Studio Empire. I'm Jen, dance studio owner for 30 years, running multiple locations with over 1,000 students, dance business coach turned mastermind mentor for dance studio owners, creatives, and leaders like you. I know you're committed to growing your studio and creating the time and financial freedom you most want, while also being the best in the industry with a reputation to match. I've coached hundreds of studio owners who have grown to 250, 500, and over 1,000 students using my signature studio scaled method. And in this podcast, I'll give you the clarity, strategy, and CEO mindset to help you do the same. Let's dive in. Hey Dance Studio owners, and thank you again for joining me on this week's episode of the Dance Studio Empire podcast. Now, if you've been listening to previous episodes, you will know that we just recently ran the Dance Studio Scaled retreat, which was in the Central Coast hinterlands and was absolutely spectacular. The weekend, I could not have asked for a better weekend. I was there with 13 other incredible studio owners who together we not only planned out 2025, but connected, networked, shared ideas, and had really big dreams and really big goals that were set over that weekend. And I think from speaking to them and the feedback that I got, they took away a lot more from that weekend than they were expecting. And I've also had some time to reflect on things that I learned. So I am always on a journey of learning, and in spaces like that, I actually learn probably more than they think that I learn from them as well. And I thought in today's episode, I would share 18 invaluable lessons that I learned from being in this space with these incredible studio owners and what they can attribute their success to. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Okay, the first one is the power of perseverance. So the studio owners shared so many stories about overcoming significant challenges, and it was evident their resilience and their determination was just truly inspiring. And it reminded me that no matter how tough things get, persistence really pays off, and their journeys are a testament to the power of not giving up, even when the odds seemed really stacked against you. And I'm sure you can relate. If you've been in business for a while, you can relate to that as well. Number 2 is the importance of having a clear vision. So having that clear vision and mission for their studios really guided their decisions. And it helps in maintaining the focus and direction when we are so busy with the daily things that we're having to do. So when you have a clear vision, it acts like a compass essentially, guiding their studio towards its goals. And it just ensures that every action, every thought and decision that they do and make is purposeful and continues to move them towards their goal. Okay, number 3 is adaptability. So adaptability is key. Each of the studio owners showcased their ability at different times throughout their career, the ability to pivot and adapt to changing circumstances. Now, this flexibility is crucial for that long-term success that I hope you want, right? So whether it's adjusting to new teaching methods or it's navigating through unforeseen challenges, their adaptability ensured that they remained moving forward and staying resilient during that time. It was so good. Okay, number 4 is community over competition. So when these studio owners got into a room, they really fostered their sense of community rather than competing with each other. And this, in everyday life, in everyday studio business life, is what leads to the mutual growth. So collaborating with peers and others can actually open up new opportunities and open up new doors for you as a studio owner. And this was also evident over the weekend. So this mindset of community over competition was benefiting everyone involved. Number 5 is the value of strong leadership. So effective leadership is about inspiring and motivating their teams. And I saw this in each and every one of them. So they lead by example, and it sets the tone for the entire studio. Strong leaders, as you know, cultivate trust. They cultivate respect and dedication amongst their team, which then turns into a positive and productive studio environment. Number 6 is they value continual learning and growth. So most studio owners, successful ones, are always seeking to learn and improve. So investing in both personal and professional development is essential. Now, this commitment to continual growth ensures they stay ahead of industry trends and provide the best for their students. And the conversations that we had at the retreat were about innovative ideas to stay ahead, like things that other people aren't doing or things that we're not seeing a lot of people doing. We did, and we've implemented already. So shout out to those guys because they worked really hard and did get that off the ground. Well done. Okay, number 7 is how they balance their passion for what they do and the business that they want to run. So combining that love for dance with strong business strategies is what leads to a thriving studio. And studio owners, we just must wear multiple hats effectively. It's the reality of our career. But this balance ensures that their passion translates into a sustainable success and that long-term growth. Number 8, and I think this is probably the biggest eye-opener and learning for me that came out of the weekend when working with these studio owners, and it is the value of a positive culture within the studio. So a supportive and inclusive studio culture attracts and retains students and staff. So it promotes a sense of belonging and loyalty. And when everyone feels valued and part of the studio family, it then creates a nurturing environment conducive to learning and creativity. And honestly, this to me was the biggest mind blow, and I loved having these conversations with the studio owners and just watching what they're doing to actively make and create positive culture within their studios. Okay, number 9 is the importance of taking care of your own well-being. So as you know, it has been discussed here before, it is so important and vital for studio owners to maintain self-care and look after yourselves. And at the retreat, it really did give us the opportunity to open conversations and share strategies of how each of them are managing stress or not managing stress and how they're maintaining that work-life balance. So it was a really good and interesting conversation because we have to remember that self-care isn't just a luxury, but it is really a necessity, because that's what ensures us that we have the energy and the mindset to lead effectively, lead our team, mentor effectively, and also run our business. Number 10 is financial understanding. So understanding the financial aspects of running a studio is crucial. And I'm talking budgeting, forecasting, and managing those expenses on a day-to-day level needs to become common practice. So knowing your numbers ensures that your studio is then going to remain viable and you can continue to offer quality programs to your families. Number 11 is that customer-focused strategies. So focusing on the needs and the experiences of your families and your students is paramount. Excellent customer service sets their studios apart, and a customer-focused approach builds strong relationships and loyalty, again fostering that long-term success. One of the presentations was actually on customer relations and how to have those conversations effectively, how to sell to new customers, how to retain your current customers, and also speaking effectively with your team. And it really opened up our eyes of how important the details are when it comes to our customers and what we can offer them and how we can approach each and every situation for the betterment of our success. Okay, moving on to number 12, which is setting achievable goals. And we spent a lot of time doing this. So we did a big section on planning out 2025. So pretty much most of them have gone home with a plan for how 2025 is going to look. But within that, we we did spend some time breaking down those longer term goals into smaller actionable steps, because that's what makes it more attainable. We also spoke about celebrating those small wins to keep momentum going. And, I helped facilitate that as well. And that was about sharing the small wins, talking about what we've achieved in the last 6 months, because we forget. We forget because we are always constantly looking for the next thing we're trying to achieve. So we basically set a goal, we achieve it, then we move straight on and we forget to celebrate. So that was what we did spend some time on, and I loved seeing and hearing the wins. And this method not only makes goals more manageable, but it just also keeps everyone motivated. And we need this most of the time throughout our year. Okay, number 13 is building strong relationships. This was beautiful. So watching the studio owners network with each other, it just provided valuable support and insights. They were building strong networks within our little community that was just there, but it also is encouraging for them to open up to outside of that community and have conversations with others in the industry. The relationships offer a wealth of knowledge, they offer experience, and there's the potential to collaborate in the future. So I do look forward to see what happens from there. Okay, number 14 is their passion for teaching and or mentoring. So this was still evident. The love for teaching dance or mentoring, if they're no longer teaching students and staff, really shone through. And it was their dedication to nurturing that next generation that was truly commendable. Now, this passion is the heartbeat of their studios, and it was driving everything that they did. So that was really great to see. Number 15 is creativity in problem solving. So studio owners often come up with innovative solutions to challenges, and I saw this. Thinking outside the box is and should be a common trait amongst successful leaders. And this creativity ensures that they can navigate obstacles and seize opportunities effectively. Okay, number 16 is delegation and trust. Trust is such a big thing. Trusting their team and delegating tasks then allowed the studio owners to focus on strategic growth. It empowers the staff and fosters that collaborative environment. So for a lot of the studio owners that were there, they weren't on school holidays and their classes were still running. They had to trust that their team were running their classes, that the studio was humming along. And I think for many of us, that is a goal. So it was really good to see that. And there were some who were there who have done that before, and it was not a big deal, but there were others that were there and it was the first time that they were leaving their studio over a busy Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So it was really good to see that, because this trust and delegation is essential for scaling and efficiency. Okay, number 17 is their commitment to excellence. So each of them are striving for excellence in all aspects of their studio operations. High standards lead to high quality experiences for their students and their families. And it's this commitment to excellence that ensures the studio stands out in the competitive dance landscape. And finally, number 18 is the growth mindset that each and every one of these studio owners had. So by embracing that growth mindset, it encourages that continual learning and resilience. So studio owners who adopt this mindset then inspire their teams to do the same. So a growth mindset ensures that everyone is always looking for ways to improve and grow. And I believe this to be about myself. I believe I have a growth mindset, and I just surround myself with others who have this growth mindset, because it truly is one of the foundations of growth and success. Okay, so they are the 18 lessons that I learned from the studio owners who attended the Dance Studio Scaled Retreat. And as I said, it was mind-blowing for me to turn up even as a facilitator, and I took away so much, and I want to thank each and every one of those people who came and gave their all. They opened up, they became vulnerable, and I can't wait to hear about their success and wins after this weekend. Okay, so that ends the podcast for today. I do just want to do a quick mention that coming up in less than 8 weeks, I have the Business of Dance conference, which is running for the second year. It is going to be August 31st on the Saturday in Sydney. It is definitely one you do not want to miss. All of these points that I've just spoken about are going to be covered. We have a lineup of incredible speakers who are going to be sharing their wisdom and expertise with each and every one of us. All right, I will be sending out more information and more details about that. I just want you to put it in your diary. So there are only limited tickets available because of the venue that we use. So it is something that you want to jump on straight away. But I will have more information to you very soon. All right, studio owners, I am going to leave it there. Go and have a great week. Continually, I am hoping for your success. I'm hoping that you're getting a bit of rest if you are on your studio break, or you're feeling refreshed if you've just started back. Until next week.